Köpfe einziehen. Heute fliegen die Fische tief. Viel Spaß unter den Mitarbeitern und den Kunden. Und außerdem wird intensiv verkauft. Herzlich willkommen zum BEHR'S Podcast, Bericht für die Lebensmittelbranche. Mein Name ist Arno Langbehn, ich bin Geschäftsführer von BEHR'S. Hierzu gehören BEHR'S Digital, der BEHR'S Verlag und die BEHR'S Akademie. Heute geht es mal nicht um Recht, Qualitätsmanagement oder Qualitätssicherung. Die Führungskultur sowie Kommunikation mit den Mitarbeitern spielen eine immer größere Rolle. Und das unabhängig von der Tätigkeit. Ein weltberühmtes Beispiel hierzu ist der Pike Place Fish Market in Seattle mit seinen fliegenden Fischen. Um den Spaß unter den Mitarbeitern zu vergrößern und auch die Kunden zu unterhalten, werden von Kunden ausgewählte Fische zur Waage geworfen. Und dieses mit lauter Unterstützung aller Verkäufer. Auch zwischendurch werden mit den Kunden kleine Späße gemacht. Fische geworfen, die selbstverständlich nicht anschließend verkauft werden. Und auch schon mal Kinder mit einem Plastikrochen erschrocken. Dahinter stehen 4 Prinzipien, die weitaus mehr sind als fliegende Fische. Hören Sie dazu ein spontanes Interview mit dem Fischverkäufer Kirn. Last year we had a short interview. What's so famous about a Pike Place Fish Market? What is the world famous? What is it?
The word famous for me represents that you know, for us here, we like to give an experience for people. We like to make a difference for people, no matter if they're buying fish and who they are, where they come from. This space right here around our shop is an open space for all walks of life, no matter who you are, what you do, where you come from. You know, so anybody who walks into my space, I want to try to make their day. You know, even if it's just throwing a fish or just having a conversation about their day or whatever, you know, it doesn't matter. So, you know, that's kind of what makes us very unique from other places, you know. So, we're not just like a business that sells fish. We're more of a, you know, just a safe place for anybody to come and hang out, you know, and have conversations with us. And we accept all walks of life, and it doesn't matter. So I think that for us being world famous, that's why people come back to us, because, you know, they feel very comfortable when they walk into our space here, you know.
And what is your job in this company?
I'm a fishmonger. Yep, so I sell fish, I fillet fish, I throw fish, I pack fish for travel, I ship fish all over the country. So anything that has to do with fish, I do. So yeah. So we're fishmongers, like butchers, you know. So yeah.
You said this is a unique place.
Yes.
And your job is only sell and fillet fish. I think you do much more.
I do a lot more than that. And you know, some of the things that we do here that make us unique as well is the camaraderie that we have with all our crew. We're like a team. We're like a football team, but we sell fish instead. So a big thing is that we're a big team. We work together. We have fun while we work. We choose our attitude while we work, and we're always in the present moment. You know, that's the biggest thing, is being in that present moment and not letting the past affect that present moment. So we, as a team, you know, you'll never see a bunch of guys, you know, 12 guys that work together that say "I love you" more than here. You know, so it's we come from love. You know, that's the main thing, is we come from love. So yeah.
But how you can learn it when you get a new employee? They came with a normal attitude,
right?
How can you get this attitude?
You know, so when you start here, you have a 2-week trial period, and it's like any kind of team. You have to make the team, and here you have to get all yes votes. You know, so that's very, you know, everybody has to vote you in. So it's just, you know, one or two.
Not only the chef, it's everybody.
Everybody. So that's making the team. So and it you know, this place to work here, it takes a unique person to work here. You know, we're dealing with a lot of people at the same time, you know. So, and there's a lot of people that, so you have to have a strong attitude to work here, you know. So your first two weeks, we kind of train you how to show that attitude to people or have that make a difference to people and how to talk to people and stuff like that. So not, a lot of people come here, they don't understand that, so we kind of show them along the way. You know, so and after their 2 weeks, they're voila, they're here. So yeah.
And it's more training on the job or learning from books, fish books?
Nope, you just come here, you show up 6:30 in the morning, and we just teach you as you go. So we actually call it coaching. So we coach you to improve you, to make you better than what you think you already know. So it's kind of like, yeah, we do a lot of coaching here. So we're a coaching culture. So instead of, you know, I'm going to coach you on how to do this because I want you to be better. You know.
But how can pick your new employees, your new colleagues?
We'll actually have anybody can start, you know, so anybody can work, you know, to try to work out here. So we'll give anybody a chance, you know. So we've had so many people come through. We've had people, you know, go on first break and never return, you know. But we've had, you know, usually if you get past like 3 or 4 months, you're pretty much here for a long time, you know. So, you know, it's not for everybody. I actually had a buddy who was in the military with me. He came and tried it out for 2 days, and he was like, it's not for me. He didn't like the crowds, you know. So it's not for everybody, but we'll give anybody a shot, no matter what. So
every applicant can get a job here?
Yeah, you just bring in a resume, and if we are hiring, you know, we will take those resumes and we'll try you on, and we'll give anybody a chance. So,
but what are the criteria? Which body or women do you give a chance? And
there really is no criteria. We'll take anybody, you know, as long as you can have a good attitude while you work, you know, be willing to be coached, right, and get along with the other guys, and show up on time. That's the biggest thing. Yes. When we say we are a fish market of integrity, so if you say you're going to be here at 6:30, you better be here at 6:30.
But you start earlier than 6:30.
Yeah, I get here like 45 minutes early.
45 minutes early.
Yeah, but yeah, you show up at 6:31. That's it. You're out of integrity. You are now late. So that you 6:30. You got to be a person of your word. So yeah.
And you've got 4 criteria or 4 symbols. Choose your attitude.
Choose your attitude.
How can you get it because it's I think when it's cold, you don't like to go out of the bed,
right?
How can you get this great attitude every morning?
It's a choice. It really is a choice. You can choose to have you can choose to wake up in the morning and have a bad attitude, or you can choose not to. It's literally a choice. So you can, you know, it's, you know, some days you're not feeling good and you don't want to come, and that's all right too, you know. But you know, it's literally a choice to choose to have a good attitude while you're here. For me personally, I like to have a good attitude while here because if I'm in a grumpy mood, it makes it. I work 12 hours a day here. So if I'm having a bad attitude all day, that's going to be a 24-hour day, you know. So having a good attitude while you work makes it fun, makes the day go by quicker, and you know, everyone watching me right here, right now, you know. So like, yeah, they wouldn't be wanting to come out here and watch us throw fish if I was like, you know, I don't want to throw a fish, you know. But yeah.
How do you get it every morning to choose a great attitude and not a bad attitude?
It's deep down inside me, and I release it out. And I'm just like, yeah. But there's some days I wake up, I choose not to, you know, and then I work behind there, and I'm not out.
So the best fish seller walk around here before the
you know, we're
fish?
kind of we actually, when you start working here, you learn how to do everything. So. You become very, very well-rounded for everything you do. So you learn how to throw fish, you learn how to sell fish, you learn how to fillet fish, you learn how to answer a phone, take shipping orders. You learn it all. So, so if one guy falls out, that guy can just come in. And also we do, we rotate, like as our breaks go, we rotate like volleyball. So we just send the next guy. So you know, I can work every single position in this entire fish market.
So you've got fixed position in your store.
Yep. Yeah, so you have a guy out here, you have a guy in front of the crabs, you have a guy on the smoked salmon, and you usually have 3 guys up top, filleting fish, packing orders, answering the phone. And then as that guy goes on break, so after break, I could be up top or wherever the next guy is to send. So, yep, and you just go do that. So.
And your next principle is be present.
Be present in the moment. Being present is just definitely, you know, like what we're doing right now. I'm present with you. I'm not worrying about what happened last night. I'm not worrying about what's going to happen tonight. I'm being right here with you right now in this present moment. I'm not letting anything else, the past or the future, affect me in this present moment right now. And by being engaged in that present moment, we're going to have a really awesome conversation. I'm not going to take away your experience from what's going on because, you know, the last guy over here was a jerk, you know. So I'm not going to let him affect me and let that energy affect me. So I'm going to just stay present with you right here, right now, you know. So being present is, you know, it's definitely a practice, you know. So sometimes, you know, we get big crowds out here. They all want us to throw fish, and then sometimes you get jerks, you know, and then they can kind of aggravate you. And then for me, it takes me about 2 or 3 minutes. Then I let it all go, and I'm with the next person like nothing ever happened, you know. So being present, it definitely takes practice. It's kind of take, you know, sometimes if you meditate, you're being present. You're trying to be present within that moment and not having anything, other thoughts and stuff like that come in. So kind of like that, yeah.
Eine kurze Unterbrechung. Die Recherche nach aktuellen Meldungen und Warnungen gehört praktisch zum Arbeitsalltag. Gilt es doch zu prüfen, welche Meldungen Ihr Unternehmen direkt oder indirekt betreffen, um so zu agieren und nicht nur zu reagieren. In dem Online-Modul im BEHR'S Online aktuelle Meldungen und Warnhinweise erhalten Sie hierfür stündlich aktualisiert die Nachrichten der wichtigsten Internetseiten zu Lebensmittelrecht, Qualitätssicherung sowie Schnellmeldungen und Verbrauchererwartungen. Aus der Übersicht gelangen Sie direkt zu den Originalquellen. Für weitere Informationen zu diesem Modul gehen Sie jetzt in den BEHR'S Shop unter www.behrs.de/Meldungen. Und jetzt geht es weiter mit dem aktuellen Podcast.
Yeah, but normally everybody has a cell phone and a telephone and a computer and switch and do multitasking all the way, so they never be present.
Yes.
You don't have a cell phone in your pocket now?
I have one in my pocket, but I'm not, to be present, I'm not allowed to use it. I'll get yelled at if I pull it out. You know, sometimes I'll... Is it time to go home yet? No. Yeah, but no, yeah, so we're not allowed to use cell phones while we're working out front or anywhere here. So if you have to use a cell phone, you need to like go on, you know.
So I can't call you at this moment?
Yeah, if my girlfriend calls me right now, I wouldn't answer it. I would, you know, kind of wait until there's a moment where I could step aside. So, you know, I can be present with that moment or whatever. So, yeah, or on my break, you know.
So no interruption with social media or something like that?
Nope.
Great.
Yeah.
The next principle is play.
Play. Have fun at what you do.
Yes.
You know, I love, you know, we work 12 hours a day here. So if I don't play or have fun, that's going to make a long day. It's going to be
7 days a week or?
Right now we're all 5 days a week.
5 days a week, 60 hours per week.
Yes. Yeah. So I want to have fun.
And 2 months holiday per year?
Yeah, we get holidays off, and you know, actually Christmas is our busiest time of year. The week before Christmas and the week before New Year's, those are our 2 busiest weeks of the year. And usually we have like 10 guys working a day. We'll have all guys working those 2 weeks. It's so super busy. So and it gets really hectic. So you got to have fun in what you do. You know, I believe if you're not having fun in what you do, you live on Earth one time. You know, that's what I know. And you might as well make the best of it while you're here. You know, so do stuff that you like. You know, there's no point in not doing stuff that you don't like. You know, if you don't like your job and you hate it, and you know you don't like what you do, quit. Fine, do something else. You know, so but some people have to do that to make ends meet.
Yes.
But you know, it's a choice. There's that choice again. You know, so I bet you there's a guy out there who has to pick up horse manure. You know, but he has his headphones in and he's having a good time doing it because he chooses to have a good time doing it. If that makes sense. You know, so.
But with play,
yeah,
it's not only playing, it's also business.
Yeah.
How can you switch between these positions?
Yeah, there's certain moments. So like, if people just want to see a fish thrown, and we'll just do like a little fish show, I have fun. But when it comes down to like a serious order or something, I kind of switch that gear to like, all right, this guy really needs you know, professional attention, and then after we're done, I'll go back to, you know, playing a little bit. So it's, you know, you kind of got to choose that ground right there. You know, if it's too much play, for that person or anything like that. So, but I just like to have fun and like to joke, and we all joke back and forth, So there's no drama here. We don't. If there is drama, we squash it right then and there, and we go back to being present. We acknowledge what happened, then we go back to being that present moment. So,
great.
Yeah. So, yeah, it keeps it fun. It keeps it, keeps it interesting. And we have millions of people come see us every year, and it would be sad if everyone came and we were all grumpy and not having fun and not playing. People want to come and see us work and have fun and play and do what we do.
These are 3 principles. There are 4.
Yes.
The last one is
so you hit
play, choose your day,
choose your attitude.
Choose your attitude, and here be present
and make a difference.
Make
a difference. And I think that's the biggest thing is what I love about working here is making a difference for people. Some of these folks have traveled all the way across the country to see a dead fish fly up and over this counter back and forth a couple times, And I'm going to give it to them. I'm going to make their difference, I got one story for you, that one of the biggest differences I ever made for a lady. We were closing at the end of the day. We were closing, put all the fish away. We're kind of done throwing fish. And, the family comes down and they're like, oh, we missed it. I really want to see a fish thrown. It's like, all right, well, we're kind of packing up. We're going home. And she's like, we just traveled so far to see it. And he's like, I was like, you know what? I'm going to throw one more fish for you. So I threw the fish. And she started bawling, and I was like, oh man. And she started crying. I was like, oh man. She's like, you don't know how much that meant to me. She's like, my husband just passed away, and the last book we read was y'all's fish philosophy book. I didn't know this person, so I made a difference for her just by choosing that moment and being present. Like, I'm gonna throw a fish for this lady, no matter what. Doesn't matter. And it made her day. It really made a big difference in her life that. I stopped, even though we're pretty much packed up going home, I stopped with what I'm doing. I'm going to throw you a fish.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So,
how should this week be? You say at the end of the week, just before weekend, well done.
Well done. Yeah. Like this week, I would say this has been an excellent week. We have actually a lot of new guys working here right now. We're going through some, new guys. So I would say that we've made a difference for these new guys, for a lot of people out here. And it's, it's always a great week, end of a great week for Pike Place Fish. There's things always happening that, mistakes are being made, but for the folks out here, all they know is that, we're having a good time. They got to see their fish thrown, or they got to buy some fish and take it on an airplane with them back, to wherever they came from, so making that difference. I think every day is a great day at Pike Place Fish, so, as long as I choose that, right?
Last question, Mike.
Yeah.
What tips do you have for people who work in a business office?
And
they can't throw any fishes.
Yeah, they can't throw fishes. So sometimes you got to be a little creative. You have to be a little creative to try to find things that make your day fun. So there's always something that you can make fun, or joke with a coworker or something like that, or you can make a difference for that coworker or the person you're talking on the phone with. Like just a simple, how are you doing today? Is there anything else I could do to make your day better? Even though we're over the phone, you need to talk about anything, So I always feel like making a difference for people really makes me feel really good too, So, it can be anywhere. It can be in the office, there might be a coworker that's down that day. Go buy them a cup of coffee or something. So that it helps you out. It actually makes you feel better. So, and there's, you just got to be creative to come up with ways to have fun at work too. So. Like I said, there's probably a guy picking up horse manure right now with his headphones in and dancing while he's doing it because he chooses how to do it. He had to get creative, or however he has to do that. So, but it makes the day go by, and then it's good.
And very last question. What is your tip to choose a great attitude when you go out of bed? It's early in the morning.
Right. Yeah. that brings me back going to the present moment. So you have to think like everything, you know, I'm in a bad attitude because that last guy just made me real mad, right? And, you know, 5 minutes ago. But that 5 minutes ago doesn't even exist anymore because the only thing that exists is this present moment right now. You know, 3 minutes ago doesn't even exist anymore. I don't see it. So if you can remind yourself that just being in the present moment, you know, that'll bring you back to like, oh, well, that doesn't even exist anymore. That guy that just yelled at me no longer exists because that moment is gone. So now I can go back to being present, you know, so that helps me out. So I give it that kind of thought. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Mike. Thank you again for the great...
Yes, welcome back. I'm glad to see you again. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Have a good day.
Mir wurde deutlich, dass ein Leitbild nicht 100 Punkte und zusätzliche Visionen und Missionen enthalten muss. 4 Grundprinzipien und diese täglich gelebt. Und jeder Job kann Spaß bringen. Im Bereich Qualitätsmanagement und Qualitätssicherung benötigen Sie von extern weitaus mehr Informationen. Die Recherche nach aktuellen Meldungen und Warnungen gehört praktisch zum Morgenritual. Gilt es doch zu prüfen, welche Meldungen Ihr Unternehmen direkt oder indirekt betreffen, um so zu agieren und nicht nur zu reagieren. In dem Online-Modul in BEHR'S Online aktuelle Meldungen und Warnungen erhalten Sie hierfür stündlich aktualisiert die Nachrichten der wichtigsten Internetseiten zu Lebensmittelrecht, Qualitätssicherung sowie Schnellmeldungen und Verbrauchererwartungen. Aus der Übersicht gelangen Sie direkt zu den Originalquellen. Für weitere Informationen zu diesem Modul gehen Sie in den BEHR'S Shop unter www.behrs.de/Meldungen. Unsere Bitte zum Abschluss: Wenn Ihnen diese Folge gefallen hat, hinterlassen Sie bitte eine 5-Sterne-Bewertung und ein Feedback auf iTunes. Abonnieren Sie diesen Podcast, um auf jede neue Folge hingewiesen zu werden. Selbstverständlich können Sie dieses jederzeit rückgängig machen. Sie können diesen Podcast auch mit Ihren Freunden und Bekannten teilen. Näheres dazu erfahren Sie in den angehängten Folgenotizen. Ihr Arno Langbehn.